Chief. It is. It really is. Chief. I want your behind.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Y'all see I got a special guest in the middle of
What up?
my boyfriend. Listen, let's go ahead and talk about it because I think we just like hard launched. Do you know what that means?
Hard launch?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so people saw you on my channel last year. Then you disappeared.
Right.
And then we just popped back out. And we started saying stuff like boyfriend, my man, and in love and stuff. And then it was just, that's like a hard launch. Like, oh, ooh, no warning, just hard launch.
Okay, yeah.
So, with this hard launch, honey, we want to soften it up and give y'all our love story, our backstory, how we met, because people just be having questions. They do.
Yeah,
they want to know who you are.
Yeah, well, I'm Avery.
This is Avery Adams. Avery J. Adams. We got the same initial. Meant to be.
Yep. I'm Avery Adams.
This is Avery, y'all. Just introduce yourself. What's up? Who are you?
Well, listen, y'all. Gather around, y'all. Come closer, because I hear y'all have some questions.
Maybe you have some questions
about who I am, what I do, where I'm from. All right, so let's start at the very beginning. My name is Avery J. Adams. All right, the J is for Jordan. All right, but you can follow me at I'm Avery Adams because that's actually who I am. So listen, I am from Flint. You feel me? I went to Whittier. They changed it to Classical Academy. Long story short, all right, the school moved around. All right, but it ended up in Southwestern in 2010. All right, I was in the 10th grade. They put us in Southwestern. All right, and you know what? I should start from the very, very beginning.
What's the very beginning?
The very beginning was like the 7th grade.
Right. Okay, so we about to talk about how we met.
Oh, I was just introducing myself.
Right. You diving into the how we met.
Oh, okay. Well, my bad. I'm moving too fast.
Yeah, moving too fast.
So yeah, my name is Avery. Avery Jordan Adams. All right. Avery J Adams. Avery J. You feel me? AJ. Nobody calls me that.
I'm like AJ.
Yeah, my neighbor next door used to call me that. But yeah, when I was growing up. Yeah, AJ. This old lady putting vegetables on the fence for us to get.
Aw, that's so nice. Old people. So sweet. So where you live at? You know what I'm saying? Everybody think you from Atlanta, hot sir?
No.
Hotlanta.
Hotlanta. Do people say that, Hotlanta?
Yeah. People be saying that.
Is that a girl term?
No, I think that's what it's called.
Hotlanta?
Hotlanta.
Well, I've never heard of Hotlanta. All right, I've heard of Atlanta. All right, but I live in Tennessee. Yeah, not around here. I live in Tennessee, so I went to Nashville to graduate. I mean, not to graduate. I went to Nashville to go to college. That's how I left Flint. But yeah, I live in Nashville.
Yup. So we in a little long distance. You know what I'm saying? Tangy tang. We gonna talk about that in a little bit too. Let's talk about how we met, honey, because it's a long story. Like, a lot of people think we just met. They think I met you in these Atlanta streets, honey. Listen, we not from these parts. We gonna take it on back to Flint, Michigan, where we both grew up.
Yeah, Fly City. Yeah, you already know.
So, you gotta start the story because it is just crazy. From 7th grade.
All right, so from the 7th grade. All right, so we from Flint. Like I'm from Flint. I'm from Flint like a motherfucker. All right.
Born and raised.
Yeah. I'm from Flint. It runs in my blood. All right, I am Flint. But anyway, so in Flint, well, Flint is Flint. All right, for those, I mean, if you know, you know, it's how the saying goes. But anyway, so Southwestern is a high school in Flint, had like this overflux of students. Like their freshman class was so big that the building couldn't house all the students. So they were looking for like an alternative place for the students to go, just until they can like get the building, you know, fully running or however they did it. But anyway, so the Southwestern freshmen were in my school building, my 7th grade year, and that school was Whittier. At the time it was Whittier Classical Academy. And that's where I went to school there. So anyway, so we had the Southwestern ninth graders and us, all right, the Whittier kids. And
Flint
so
schools was doing some things.
Yeah. Flint schools was just, just being Flint. All right, we was making it work.
We was trying to make it work. That's it.
We was trying to make it work.
We was Southwestern Academy, but they put us in McKinley School. Like they just trying to spread us thin, trying to make the budgets and everything work. But anyway.
Yeah. So I went to Whittier. All right, and Southwestern freshmen were housed in Whittier because Whittier was this big building, and we was like this new program. We was the gifted program essentially, and so it was a smaller group of students. So we had this big building with this small group of students. So they was like put the Southwestern freshmen in Whittier. All right, so Southwestern freshmen in Whittier. All right, and one day, I think it was Daquan. If you ever watching this, Daquan, what's up, bro? But I think Daquan was goofing around. And I was at my locker, we was changing classes, and I was trying to throw something at him. And as I throw, and I wasn't trying to throw something, I was trying to trip him even better. I was trying to trip him. And I just hear this voice like, you need to stop that, you need to be nice, And I'm like,
y'all need to stop.
Who is this trying to tell me what to do? So, I look around, look over my shoulder slowly, and I'm like, whoa. You saying like, who is this girl? You feel me? Like I didn't know who she was. I had never seen her before. I'm like, well, she got to be one of them Southwestern freshmen because she don't look like she from around these parts.
Right.
It ain't no way I done overlooked this girl before.
This is a Southwestern chick.
And
it wasn't me.
It wasn't Tierra.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't Tierra. All right, it wasn't Tierra. But I thought she was just so fine, and I just remember going to class. Like I just could not stop thinking about this girl. And I was sitting in social studies class looking out the window. I'm like, man, whoever Shorty is, she not gonna fuck with me because she in ninth grade. I'm a seventh grader. Alright, I just don't think that's gonna work out. But I was like, man, if she ever had a little sister, I promise I would get on. Alright.
And who was that? That was my big sister.
Turns out, y'all, that was Tiana. I didn't know that at the time.
Right.
It was just a girl telling me to be nice, and I'm just like, nice, sure. But I just knew, like, if she had a little sister, I'd try to talk to her. I don't know why, I wasn't trying to talk to her, but for whatever reason, it was just like, you got her. But I'm like, if she had a sister, then that's the one. All right, then that'll be that. So to fast forward, so Classical Academy, man, like I guess budgets and everything, that building ended up closing. The Southwestern freshmen went back to Southwestern, and my program, we moved to a different school. So ninth grade, we was in another school. That school was Central. You know what I'm saying? Budgets and everything. The building Central closed. They like, no, we like the magnet program. We want to keep that program. So they took our school, like the student body, and they put us into Southwestern my 10th grade year.
That's where I was at. They said, go ahead, put the kids. I think from there, 7th, 8th grade. Yeah, 9th grade, we moved back to Southwestern. So, yeah, then somehow.
Yeah, so 10th grade, I was on student council.
We ended up in the same school.
Yeah.
Student council.
Yeah.
I was in Southwestern student council. He was in the other school student council, but we were still in the same.
Classical student council.
Classical, my bad. Classical. They was classy and smart.
Yeah.
So, we was both in student council. And I guess our student councils was the same, kind of. Not the same.
Well, they was just like, since y'all are the same grade level,
right,
you know
right.
what I mean? Like, y'all technically, like, together,
Well, actually, it's because we was working on the homecoming stuff.
Right.
While we worked together.
Yeah,
okay.
we was the same grade level.
Right.
That's why we worked on the homecoming stuff together.
So, all right, 10th grade. This is our story. This is when it begins.
Yeah,
So 10th grade, we working on homecoming stuff. Y'all know, high school, you make the floats and everything. So our student council was working together, and I just remember they all came in. I don't even remember who else it was. I just remember I seen him, and just from then I was like, yeah, I like him. And then we just started talking, hanging out.
Yeah, so from my perspective.
Yeah, what was your... Oh, yeah, you got to tell yours.
So from my perspective, like, they was, like, showing us around, we ain't never been in this building before. They, like, y'all the student council, y'all, like, the leaders and everything and all this other stuff. So, cool. And so they, like, okay, they walking us down these hallways and, like, this is Southwestern Student Council. And I just remember I seen this girl draw something on a piece of paper.
That was me.
She was like working on a poster, and I just remember she looked up. Now, granted, this is 10th grade. All right, when I saw this girl telling me to be nice after I'm trying to trip Daquan in the 7th grade. All right, this is 3 years later. All right, I have completely forgotten about this event, and I just see this girl that's Southwestern drawing on this poster. She looks up, and I look her in the eyes. She looked me in the eyes, and I'm like, yo, that's her.
That's crazy.
That's her. That's her from way back when.
From way back then.
That girl that was telling me to be nice, be kind. All right, that's her little sister. I know it without a shadow of a doubt. That's her.
That's so crazy.
I have to figure out how I'm gonna talk to this girl, because
what? I was trying to figure out how I could talk to you. I'm like,
if y'all ever seen Tierra and Tiana,
yeah,
they look alike. Alright, and I just knew immediately that's her.
And that's so crazy, because I never even knew. I had just learned about that first part, but I think that's just such a like, that's just destiny, you know.
Yeah, you know.
That's beautiful.
Who would have thought? That
you didn't even know me, but you was like
conjuring you up. Like,
man.
If now I don't want to say conjuring.
Right. What's the
my bad. Before
the Conjuring.
Because y'all gonna be like, Tier, you better be careful. He said conjuring, and you know how.
Shut up.
Alright, not conjuring. Alright, this is Tier J Beauty channel, so manifest.
Manifest. Yeah, like you manifested me before you. It's like you knew me before you knew me. You knew it in your mind. Something told you like.
It was really just like that for real.
Dang.
Yeah, it was just like, man, if she got a little sister, that's it. That's raps. I'm on.
And she did. That was me.
But it was 3 years later. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So it wasn't like it happened like around the block.
Right.
This was quite a time that went by, and like when Tierra looked up, I was like, yo, that's that girl, little sister. It gotta be.
And I think that's so beautiful. The thing about our love story. The thing about our love story is like it's been these like leaps of time in between like our connections that I think is so like, I don't know what to call it, but it's just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like dang, cause you know a lot of times you be wanting like stuff quick, but I think I've learned like just the older I'm getting, like time changes things, and time just can make things better, and time can grow you up and change you. And the fact that we just like had so much time in between, like just thinking about manifesting, seeing each other, and then disconnecting and reconnecting. And anyways, let's get back to it, because we got a lot of years to go. Okay, this is back in
this is
10th grade. We what?
10.
29 now.
Yeah.
So this was what? How many years?
Well, we was probably like 16, and now we 29, so that was like 13 years ago.
13 years ago, man. Yeah. So we see each other at student council. We get to hanging out. You know, we vibing, we liking each other, and I just knew something. You know, I didn't know what it was, because you know, I'm young. I'm kind of like hot out there in the streets, but I'm like this guy. He had such a impression on me. He just had such a little. Every time I saw him, like I would just be feeling butterflies. Like I ain't know it, but I fell in love with him. You know, I did. And so, I just consider him my high school sweetheart. We hung out that whole little homecoming stretch. We was, you know, making our float or whatever. We went to like the basketball games. He was getting in trouble, staying after school, mama pulling up.
Yeah, skipping parts. So we built the floats and everything together. Mm-hmm. Cause you know, like the homecoming parades, you know, all of that, you know, like homecoming prince and princess. So where it happened was Tierra was running for princess, and you feel me? Like Southwestern was bigger than classical. All right, so I was just like, you know, I'm gonna run for prince. You feel me? I'm gonna see what happens. You know, I don't really know the Southwestern kids like that. Now I wasn't like super popular, but I also wasn't super unpopular. You feel me? Like. So I decided to run, you know. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and run for homecoming prince. Tierra running for princess, you know.
Let's see what happens.
Wouldn't it be cool if she won and I won?
That would be, and I think.
But that's a fairy tale, all right. And stuff like that don't be coming true.
But guess what?
It came true.
It did.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about this our whole story. Like what? Like it's like a fairy tale, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's so sweet.
Yeah.
But so we won homecoming prince and princess. It was just the sweetest thing ever. I'm gonna put all the pictures on the screen because like when I say this was like the happiest time of my high school career, me and Avery and hanging out with Avery and just having this like relationship. We was never officially like boyfriend and girlfriend, but we was liking each other. We was kissing and stuff. We was kissing, we was hanging out. So I just, you know, and like I said, I didn't know what I was feeling, but I just knew like my heart was doing some things and I had butterflies and stuff. But I was scared because he was like a good guy. And I was chasing the bad boys. Like I had this like long-term boyfriend in high school that I ended up running back to. So yeah, that was our little rendezvous, and I mean, it was just so sweet. Like he just treated me like I've never been treated before. Like I said, I was always after the little bad boys, little rusty, little crusties, and he was just so sweet to me. He just showed me so much like care, you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget this, Avery. When we was on the homecoming float and my dress was too big. And you was putting your hand, I think you squeezed my dress in the back or something.
Mm-hmm. She asked me to hold her dress.
Ooh, it was so sweet. And I just remember the way his hand felt on my back. It was just like a movie.
Probably felt sweaty. Because I was nervous.
No, I thought it was, I was like, man, like, I just had all the butterflies, all the feels. Like, it just felt like a dream. I'm like, this is so beautiful. We on the floor. He helping me with my dress, got his hand on my lower back. It's like that Lauryn Hill song, The Sweetest Thing I Ever Known. It was like the sweetest love, my first love. So, anyways, fast forward. I don't know what happened. I don't really know what happened. But the Rusty Krusty got to calling me, and you know, I didn't know what to do with all of this love. I didn't know what to do with like somebody really treating me like I was supposed to be treated, and I just went back to the Rusty Krusty, and that was y'all know when people be like the one that got away. He was that for me. I was like, when I got to feeling it, like. Fast forward to prom. I mean, even before then, I just always had Avery in my mind because I knew I messed up, and I knew that like I let go of like somebody who really cared for me. And so anyway, fast forward to prom. I moved to a different high school, but then I went to Southwestern and Classical's prom, and of course Avery was there looking all good, and I was just like, dang. Like, you know, when you have like a crush in high school and you be seeing them everywhere, but and it's just like, oh, like you can't do nothing about it. That's how I feel. That's how I felt when I always saw you. I remember when I seen you at the carnival and you was with your little girlfriend. I was like, ooh, rose eyes. And I seen you somewhere else, and I just was feeling it. I was like, damn. Tumbling. I used to go. Had me going a little crazy. But I used to go to, like, he was teaching tumbling.
Yeah, Burston. So
yeah, Burston Field House. And so I would go to the tumbling classes just to try to be close to him, and he wasn't paying me no attention.
I was also working.
He wasn't paying me no attention. You didn't even have me with my flips.
You may not have been in my group. Because we would divide, you know what I'm saying, students up based according to skill set. And, you know, each instructor had, like, a specific group. And I was probably working with ran passes. For those that don't know, like, I tumble, like, I'm the truth.
He a real tumbler.
Yeah.
Nah,
so
you was helping that other girl flip, though. I was crushed. I was so sad. But it was my fault. You know, like, I had a hard lesson to learn, okay? That one that got away, oh yeah, you gonna be feeling that. When you do somebody wrong, you gonna feel that for a little while. So anyways, I feel like the rest of high school, seeing him at prom, he danced the night away with some girl that wasn't even his date. And I just had to watch them dance the night away. Sad. You know what I wanted to do?
She wasn't my date, but you know what I'm saying? We was talking.
Rose eyes.
Yeah. That's my BFF. That's what we used to call each other.
Rose.
Right.
Heavy.
Right.
Rose eyes. But I wanted so bad the whole night just to cut in between them. I just wanted to talk to you for real. I didn't know how to say sorry. I didn't know how to do none of that.
I could have said what up though.
It was sad. It was so sad.
What up, what up?
He wasn't paying me no attention no more. He was like, yeah, that girl. And then it was like, everybody knew it was like a thing. And so when I just like...
He wasn't paying me no attention no more, she says.
Yeah, you wasn't.
So graduation came around, you know, shortly after prom. Then I went to college.
Yeah, he left off to college. Just as, I knew, though, that he was leaving to college. Because we still kind of like kept in close contact. Do you remember us hanging out when we went to the movies? Mm-hmm. It was William, Tisha, me, you, Vontae, I think. No, not Vontae.
Vontae. William is an integral part of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, William. Y'all have probably seen William on the channel before once or twice.
My brother.
Yeah, William. So William and I have been best friends since 2003. Right. We was 8 years old. So me and William been real cool. But anyway, William married Tisha. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure y'all know who Tisha is.
Right.
So me and William is like brothers.
Right. And then
so he married Tisha. So long story short,
so we always was kind of like in the same
we
circle.
was never too far apart.
Yeah. Which part we at now? Graduating. Oh yeah, so I feel like, you know, even though I never really said anything to you, I was still just in my head, like I just got to get one more chance to try to talk to him before he leave off to school. I was staying in the city. I was going to community college, finishing my cosmetology program. And then, you know, he was leaving. And so, I think I called you. No, I sent you a letter. Let me tell you how he further continued to play me. But it's okay. He had to get his lick back.
I wouldn't consider that. It wasn't the same whatsoever. I wouldn't consider it playing. Yeah.
I was just salty because I was trying with what I knew, trying to like get him back, trying to just, you know, like at least talk to him to kind of eventually tell him I'm sorry and that I made a mistake. But anyway, he went off to college and I got all your college info. I don't know how, I don't remember, but I sent him this letter and I was just pouring my heart out to him. Like, I told him that I loved him. I said a lot. I probably did say sorry in the letter. I think I did, yeah. Cause you wrote me back like, you know, it's all good. I still got love for you. I was like, oh. Still got love for me. From there, I'm like, you know, made my peace with it. We like, I apologize. We got to at least talk through a letter. And I just left it at that. I was like, you know, as hard as it was, I just kept him as like a treasure in my heart. That's how I described it to you. But like, I just kept you like a treasure buried inside my heart. And I always took that with me, giving myself like a standard because again, like Avery was just, he was just so sweet to me. And so I just always held that in my heart. Like, you know, that's how I should be treated, like that. You know what I'm saying? Avery, you set the bar. You set the standard, okay? I messed around, got married, y'all. Got to have insurance. He messed around and got married. He ain't had no children, but yeah, we both got married.
So after I had got married, I had went on like a world tour, a world excursion, trip across the world. It was actually pretty ridiculous, but I did, you know what I'm saying? Our lease was up, we sold all our stuff, got one-way tickets to Paris. And anyway, after this whole adventure, you know, it was William and Tisha's bachelorette party. They was having it out in like Texas, out in like Houston, yeah. And so we made it there, And so that was like the first time, you know, at that whole event that I had saw Tierra in like probably since high school.
Oh, not you passing me on.
Yeah, so that was my first time I saw Tierra since high school.
Since high school, and that was what, like 12. I think I married in 16 or 18, 16. That's about 5 years later.
Yeah.
Yep, 5 years. So, and you know, mind you, at the bachelorette party, we was both married. But it was some static, honey.
Yeah, y'all could actually see the video.
Yeah.
William and Tisha, it's probably on Tisha YouTube.
Yeah.
William asked me to do like a music video to like highlight the whole trip, you know.
Yeah.
So I did a little video, you know what I'm saying? The video was dope. Cameraman still don't miss. But the cameraman was actually missing that time.
Oh.
I actually reached out to Tierra, like, could you send me all of the footage that you also got?
Yeah.
And her footage in conjunction with mine helped create the whole video. So it would have been very different without Tierra's videos.
Ain't that crazy?
But yeah, so Tierra had actually helped me out, you know what I'm saying, big time
video.
back then. Yeah. But even still, like seeing Tierra after like 5 years was like the very exciting thing, you know what I mean? Like it was just like no time had ever passed, you know, it was like nothing had ever happened.
Right.
You feel me? It was like couldn't even be mad, you feel me? It was just I was just excited to see Tierra. Mind you, I was married, you feel me? So you can imagine that didn't go too well, but
on my end either, like
I couldn't really help it. I was just excited to see Tierra.
you're right. I was excited to see him too. Like even just knowing that you was gonna be there, I was like, you know, trying to prepare myself. Like, you know, because I hadn't seen you in so long, and again, like this was for me, like my first love, like high school sweetheart, like somebody who really impacted my life that I still had never forgot about. Even though I was married, and listen, I never acted on anything, but you know, even though I was married, I still had this treasure deep in my heart. Okay, listen, this treasure is what eventually ultimately got me up out of that marriage, because I knew how I was supposed to be treated, and I was not receiving that with who I married. But anyway, even going to the bachelor party, my husband at the time was like, you can't go. And I'm like, are you crazy? You think I'm about to miss my sister and my brother bachelor? First of all, that's not happening. I'm definitely going. But it was because he knew Avery was going to be there. And it was just something that I feel like
more like a possibility Avery could be there.
No.
At the time, I was in Africa.
Oh, dang. Well.
Yeah, like I was across the world, like we barely made it back, all right? And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, but no, we barely, you know what I'm saying? Watch William and Tisha's video that I did for him. At the end it says, thank you, William, for saving me and my wife from Africa. You know what I'm saying? Because we was almost stuck over there, you feel me? There wasn't no guarantee we was gonna make it back, so yeah, I possibly could have been there, but no, I was in Africa. Yeah, I was in Luxor, you know what I'm saying?
Dang. You live around the world.
Goofing around. Not you quoting Clarissa Shields.
Oh, that's my song. All the world whooping ass.
Yeah, not Clarissa the truth.
For real, that's my girl.
Hey, shout out to Clarissa Shields, man.
Shout out
actually,
from the hometown.
When I was teaching tumbling and Tierra was in the class trying to get my attention, meanwhile, Clarissa Shields was in the basement boxing.
Man.
So yeah, like Flint is small, you know. Right. But anywho, so I could possibly be there, but
yeah. It's just like people knew something, you know. Even like people in our family friend group, they just always still knew something. Like my cousin, she said something to me at the wedding, like she said something to me at the wedding about you, and it was just like. It was like we was living our lives, we was both married doing our thing, but it was still something that you know, some people could see. And that's why husbands and wives was upset. Like, husband didn't want me to go. Like I said, we never even talked. Like, them whole 5 years that went by before we saw each other. I mean, even after that, we never talked. We never
it was
text,
never no like
nothing like that.
Nobody was ever like stepping out of boundaries. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't ever no no foul play. You feel me? Would never know. Wouldn't just to be frank. You know what I'm saying? Would never know cheating. You
No,
feel me?
yeah, we never cheated. We was definitely just, you know, living our own lives. But it's like, man, I always talk about the Titanic because I think that's so real and so sweet. But if y'all watch the Titanic, the lady Rose, she, you know, had met Jack, and that was like the love of her life. But then he died. She had to move on in life. But she was saying that she kept him like a buried treasure. That's where I got it from. She was saying like a woman's heart is like the ocean, and you know, she kept Jack in her heart like a buried treasure. She you know, later got remarried. She never even told, later got married, and she never even told her husband about Jack, because that was like her true love. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I always felt about Avery. Like, I just kept him, you know, he was still there in my heart. So I still like felt some things that I couldn't really speak on, or I couldn't really figure out. But you know, I made peace with it and everything, but seeing him 5 years later it's just like, I feel like I know I made a mistake, first of all. At this point, I knew I had, you know, made a mistake with who I married. And I don't even want to say a mistake. Everything happens for a reason. We do things for a reason. But I just started to feel more and more like that same lesson that I buried, like about having a standard and about having someone treat you with respect. It just started coming up again for me to just reflect on my own life and what I was settling for, what I was accepting from that marriage. But anyways, so we see each other we hanging out at the bachelor party. Everybody's hanging out. And listen, his wife was a little upset. Like I said, my husband was a little upset. And then, when you came up to me at the reception and you were saying thank you for the videos. I was trying to stay away from him the whole time. I was trying to like be too close to him. But he came up to me and said thank you.
Well, I had to. You know what I'm saying? She sent me. William and Tisha played the video that I made them at the reception, broadcasted it for everybody to see. You know, so it was like, as a videographer, it was like a big moment. You know what I mean? But yeah. I knew the video. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't have done it without Tierra. You feel me? Because like I had like a, you know what I'm saying, like a professional camera, this motherfucker big, you feel me, lens, and you know, I had like a real setup. And we was just out like clubbing and stuff,
right,
at pool parties, you know, so like, it came in handy to have somebody with like a little vlogger camera that could just like capture everything. Cause like I ain't want to get, you know, take a $3,000 camera onto a party bus and everybody drunk, you feel me, including me.
Right. What happened on the party bus?
Man,
I'm petty. What happened on the party bus? What happened on the party bus? This was a part of the
well, I was on a party bus with my wife because that's why I went to the whole event with, and you know, man. But anyway, we was just on the party bus. You know what I'm saying? And Tierra was up dancing, and you know, Tierra had one margarita, and she just lose her mind. But by this time, she had 2 margaritas.
I probably had about 5. I was on step 5.
We wasn't drinking no margaritas, but
right. Y'all know the song.
Yeah, this is a song. We was drinking real liquor.
Yeah,
but anyway, man, Tierra was up dancing, and I was sitting with my wife watching, man. And Tierra just hanging on, you know what I'm saying, buzzing, bouncing, hitting potholes, and I'm just like, man, Tierra looked like she could fall at any given moment.
And I did.
And I thought to myself, if Tierra falls, I'll catch her.
Wow.
So, you know, I'm just sitting back waiting. You know how you just be watching something out the corner of your eye. And then, like, I was sitting next to my wife at the time, and, like, Tierra had fell that way. So, you know, I had to.
And she said,
I had to catch Tierra.
She was like, she was not having that.
Nah, that wasn't no.
She wasn't having that.
Couldn't let Tierra fall. I thought it was the gentleman thing to do. I did, you know, like.
It was Avery. Who else was gonna catch me?
That's what I'm saying. You know, you don't want Tierra to be on the
I just
floor.
almost fell. It wasn't even like that.
Yeah, man. Watch out, y'all. Just trying to catch Tierra.
Dang.
Don't worry. I got you.
Oh, yeah. So then we do the bachelorette trip. Then we see each other again for the wedding, which was like, what, a few months?
Yeah, I
few
think
months later.
Yeah, because they bachelor was in like June or July, and then the wedding was September 21st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do the wedding. They ain't even let us walk together. They just knew that was gonna be some smoke. So like groomsmen, bridesmaids. Listen, I end up walking with. I don't remember. Daquan. It was Daquan.
Don't be trying to play my friends. Anyway, Daquan.
I don't remember.
Listen, don't that name sound familiar? Daquan. Remember back in 2007 in 7th grade when I was trying to trip somebody?
Right.
I was trying to trip.
So we was all still
Daquan. Right, same guy.
So all same circle. So anyways, that was 5 years later, and then from there, wedding's over. We go back to our homes, our normal lives, and I just continued on with my life. What about you?
Yeah, continued on with my life. You know what I'm saying? Went back home and got divorced.
Yeah,
man, that shit was on the rocks from the jump.
Damn.
Now, I actually, you know what I'm saying, like Tierra was saying, you know, like, people be saying don't get married young. I think it's cool, you know what I'm saying, to get married young.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's cool. Alright, I have a lot of thoughts about getting married young.
Yeah, we have to make a
separate video.
Little thing about that.
I do think it's cool when people do it.
I do.
But it's just.
But I don't know. I just feel like people grow so much from like in so little time in that like young adult.
Well, you got to define young. You feel me? Because.
Right.
My definition of young and Tierra's was different. You feel me? Like Tierra had graduated high school and damn near got married. I had graduated from college and then got married, so it was like quite a few different experiences. You know what I mean?
True.
And so
This is true.
after that, Tisha reached out to me. She was like, you know, I'm having throwing William a party. It's gonna be in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and
so at this point, I'm divorced. Let me tell y'all.
Divorcing. I don't think it was final by then.
It wasn't final. So at this point, I'm going through my divorce. William, he having his birthday party, and word on the street, it's Avery gonna be.
Word on the street, I'm a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. Y'all know that song? Probably not, cause y'all.
No.
Anyway.
But yeah.
I don't know. You don't know that song?
No, I don't know that song.
Word on the street, I'm a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the project. Stick 'em.
Avery is such a black guy. Gonna keep on saying the song. I don't know it.
So well, this is for them, cause somebody out there know that song.
Nice.
Alright. Somebody out there know it. They're gonna be like, oh, that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we used to listen to that at the parties, alright?
Okay.
Going up.
Okay.
I can't believe y'all know that song.
See, this is different. I was partying back when I was about 14. So I was partying to the early 2000s. When the real parties was partying, like the real adult, I was having kids. So I was out of touch for a while. Like I didn't know none of the new music. I ain't know nothing going on. I was in this little bubble. I was, moving, army wife to myself. He was in college.
I had crossed the alpha.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But yeah, 3 years later, Avery divorced. I'm going through my divorce. And somehow we both end up at William Party.
I wasn't even supposed to go to William Party for real.
Me neither. I was not going to go.
So.
Yeah, it was hard. I ain't had no babysitter, but I was like, I really want to go. Listen, I heard he was going to be there. So.
I don't know how she heard that, because it wasn't no guarantee I was going to be there.
Man, I heard he was going to come.
It wasn't no guarantee. You heard I got invited. There wasn't no guarantee I was going to be there.
But no, I just really knew I had to make it. Just period. We reconnected again at the cabin trip.
Yeah, the cabin trip. Man,
y'all can see that vlog too, because we was turned. We was lit.
Yeah.
But y'all, this is where I said, you know what? I might not get another chance. Listen, I'm a woman that just be shooting the shots. We hanging out. Everybody's hanging out, whatever, wooty woo. And I got so drunk, I think the last night there, and I just confessed my love. I confessed my love to him. Even though I confessed my love, I was still like, reserved. Like I said, I'm just gonna be let life do its thing, because at the time he was in a relationship, so I wasn't, doing all that. At the time, I was just getting out of that crazy situationship. So it was just, I just felt like, and maybe my drunkenness felt like
liquid courage.
That's what it was. It just felt like, I couldn't hold it in no longer. I just had to get it out.
But I appreciated her for telling me. You know what I mean? Because it ain't like I couldn't have ignored her if I tried to. You know what I'm saying? I'd have had to go outside or something. You know what I mean? Like it was. I couldn't ignore it. So I was very appreciative that she told me.
Yeah. I was feeling the feels.
Yeah, but I wasn't in a relationship at the time, so it was kind of like, oh, well, thanks for sharing everything, but it's kind of like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Because it's like, again, I don't believe in like, like stepping out and cheating on nobody or nothing like that, so it's just kind of like, you telling me all this is cool to hear, because, it's like you Tierra, you know what I'm saying? Tierra, you know what I mean? Like,
what do that mean?
That you Tierra?
Yeah.
I just mean that you Tierra, Tierra J Beauty. Tierra J TV, but I repeat again. You just Tierra, right?
Okay.
But what that means for real though, is just like, like I remember all the things, I'm saying, all the interactions that we've ever had, I always know how I felt about you the whole nine. You know what I mean? Like, it's Tierra. You feel me? So it wasn't just like a random person, it wasn't just like a fan, it wasn't just like somebody, that just
swooped in.
Yeah.
So leaving the cabin trip, I just was like, I don't know, I felt God doing some things. Listen. And even like that summer, the summer before the cabin trip, I was feeling some weird things. Like, I just felt like I kept going out and like looking at the moon, and I felt like something was about to start like pulling some things together for me, or something was like like the moon was very magnetic for me, and I felt like it was about to start like I was about to start being aligned with things in my life, and I felt it so heavy all the time. And so we end up reconnecting that next year, 2022. That was a crazy ride.
Tia had this big project she wanted to do. This big project. This was
my show.
The show. Mm-hmm. Which again, y'all can see on Tia's channel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you're ever wondering, like, those angles and all this stuff looks really good.
That was him.
The lighting, the cinematics, the this, the that, the this. It was me. Alright, so
yeah, I called him down from Tennessee. I said, hey, we need a videographer to do this show.
I said, yeah, I could do it.
And he came down.
So
and I was like, go ahead.
Random thing, like in college, so I went to FIS to go to college in Tennessee. I had ended up buying a camera, and I didn't know where it would lead me in life, but I just started honing my videography skills. So I became a videographer in like 2014. And I just always had the camera. I always practiced like editing and all of this stuff. So fast forward, Tia reached out to me and was like, I need a videographer. Coincidentally, I had been a videographer. So I accepted the job and went down to Atlanta. And that's when,
So we started hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
12 years later, after high school, that we finally reconnected, and we were both, available.
Yeah.
Available to explore the feelings. Can you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We hung out the whole summer last year. We went on this whole 3-week road trip. He came and met my family in Pine Bluff. We went back to Flint together. We just had a whole little summer rendezvous.
That's a whole vlog too.
It's a whole vlog, but some of it is not, because a lot of the vlog, a lot of my videos got lost.
She never released the Flint vlog though.
Yeah, but New Orleans. We went to New Orleans. We went a lot of places, so we were just hanging out, falling in love, and like I just think that we were falling in love without a foundation. You remember that drawing that you drew me? The diagram, the biggest box was spirituality, and then the boxes and the boxes and the boxes went up and up. So, you know, like I said, I considered us to be in a situationship then, even though we knew how we felt about each other and it was real. I just felt like we was building it a little backwards. You know what I'm saying? We should have took it slow, and that's what we were saying in the first place. What happened? We was talking about taking it slow, and then we got the moving all fast. We got the moving fast, okay? And we didn't really have like a true foundation. So eventually, all of that came.
Y'all could actually watch that vlog as well.
What vlog?
It's titled Addressing Everything.
Right. For reference, yep. That's pretty much what happened on my end. So I just stopped. I kind of feel like I did the same thing like I did in high school. It was different. Like I wasn't going to explore different options or nothing, but I just again didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to say like all the stuff I was feeling. I didn't know how to like address issues or nothing. So I just was like, that was a really toxic behavior of mine that I had to heal from and learn and understand that I could just ghost people so fast. And it was like, how could I be so in love with somebody, like spend all this time with somebody and then just like, that's crazy. So anyway, I had to go see what all that was about. God showed me what all that was about. And that's when, you know, I gave my life back to Christ, and I just really needed to like heal myself, my heart, because even though I was like falling in love with you, I couldn't give you my heart for real because it was broken. It was just like I had this wall up. I didn't see the real damage and condition that I was in, but you know, it all came up. It all comes up over time, like, you know. And so yeah, so I just had to go through a process for real. And once I put that video out addressing everything, Avery called me.
So I was like devastated, heartbroken, embarrassed. The list goes on and on and on. It was a lot. It was a lot to deal with. It was a lot to think about, a lot to take in. You know, it took a lot of prayer and everything, because, you know, like from my end, you feel me, I always felt like I was more of a kind of like a reserved person, so I wasn't like dealing with like the same types of things Tierra was dealing with. I had like my own things I was, you know, working towards. So yeah, you know, it took a lot of like time and prayer, you feel me, to like really work through it all. You can't just love somebody when it's convenient. I guess it's like the sense of it all. And so, you know, I just decided that even in the midst of everything, I'll just keep loving you. And so that's what I did, you know. So the whole time we wasn't talking, it was never like nothing negative. I just felt like, you know, I just keep building myself up. And, you know, I felt like I wasn't really everything that I should have been when we did spend time together. So when we stopped talking, it was like, you know, that's cool. I mean, it wasn't cool, but when we stopped talking, I was like, you know, I could accept that, you know, because I wasn't everything that I wanted to be anyway. So, you know, I just took that summer to like really work on myself, build myself up, and essentially make my way back to you. You know, I was gonna pull up on you, whether we talked or not, whether you made a video or not. And I don't know, like crazy shit, but if you was gonna say no to me, then at least say no to my best. And if, you know what I'm saying, and if you're not fucking with that, then that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Water under the bridge, you know what I'm saying, life goes on. But I feel like you deserved for me to at least put my best foot forward. And so I just spent all that time, you know, just dedicating myself to being better so that I could do that. And that's what I did. I don't know, man. Like, when she make a decision, just stick to it. And, you know, my decision was to just love Tierra. So, you know, that's what I did.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for loving me, even at my worst. And I think that is like just the power in where we are now, because it's like we've been through, you know, some pretty hard things, like but it's like you can't just love somebody, not even just when it's convenient, but when it's easy, you know. Like, I think a real testament of love, like the vows say in the Bible, like, for better or worse, rich, poor, sickness, and in health, is both of those things. Like, and I think that's what confirmed for me, or really taught me, like, you know, what love is that it wasn't easy. Like, I was scared to like talk, because I never was really good at communication and opening up about like the ugly stuff in my heart. And I think that's why I ran, you know, away from you in the first place, is because I didn't want you to see like that ugly stuff I was dealing with. I just kind of dressed it up, made it look cute, but like being vulnerable, completely vulnerable, and showing you like all my scars and just the ugly side of me was real hard. But you know, when you are intentional about loving somebody, it's all of that. Like, it's the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty. And so that's just what I appreciate about now in our relationship, is that it's intentional. You know, we just walked in this thing confident about it all, not just the good stuff, not just the feeling, because love is not just a feeling. It's a, you know,
love is a noun.
It's a noun. You feel me?
My bad.
Wait, not a noun.
Love is a verb.
A verb.
Yeah, I mean, it's a noun too, but
yeah,
you know, like, the noun ain't gonna save you. It's the verb that'll save you.
That's right. You gotta do some things. You gotta speak up. You gotta check yourself. You gotta say, you know, you gotta have to be accountable. And that's all the things that love has been teaching me. And that's what, you know, I just love doing this love thing with you, because it just continues to humble me and teach me and grow me. And so, yeah, now this is my boyfriend. I'm just so thankful. I thank God that we made it here, and I just think our love story is just beautiful. I just love it. I just be like, man, God is just good, you know. So yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Anything else you want to add?
You only know what we told you.
This is true.
But that doesn't mean you know everything.
This is true.
So I would say, you feel me, love is a personal journey. And it always starts with God, you feel me? So like, that is the foundation to it all, you feel me? So
Okay.
So yeah, you know, don't
This is true.
don't get too caught up in what we got going on. Stay focused on what you got going on.
For real.
Yeah, and you know, you gotta learn love for yourself, understand it for yourself. It's a lot to it. It's a lot to it. You know, it's a lot to life. But yeah, you know, I just encourage you to be open. You feel me?
That part.
Yeah, I encourage you to be open to love. You feel me? Be open to God, what He's telling you to do. Because a lot of that, I feel like, you know, it's God's direction, you know. And it's a lot of times, you know, a lot of things that I don't necessarily know for myself, you know, but it's like it just feels like the right thing to do, you know. So you just gotta trust God.
That's it. Just trust God. That's the root of it all. Trusting God is trusting love. God is love.
Yeah, but the thing that makes love is trusting something outside of yourself. And
you gotta talk about love, honey.
And that could be a very scary thing.
Yeah.
You feel me? That could be a very, very scary thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but as much as you have to trust something outside of yourself, you got to keep in mind too that love is a gamble. You know, and that's what makes it scary, because like when you trust something outside of yourself, it's like
you can't see it, you can't.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying, you can't control it.
Right.
So you know, you just kind of got to go with it.
That's right. And that's why I just feel like it's so important too, just to, like you said, it's a personal journey, just to be in tune with God and with love for yourself, because if you confused about it, you know, like it's harder to trust it, you know. So but when you receive God's love, God's clarity, wisdom, and it's just like a rooting, it's a foundation. So that's why the foundation of love is God. God is love, y'all.
So I'll end with a quote.
End us with a quote. He good at the quotes.
All right, y'all ready? This is a quote. This is a quote that I actually live my life by. All right, and it's from a movie that I never finished. The movie is called If Bill Street Could Talk.
Oh, we never finished that.
So anyway, the quote says, "Love is what brought you here, and if love has brought you this far, then don't panic now. You have to trust it all the way."
Yeah.
I feel like that's a misquote. All right, don't judge me.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah,
I think you got it right.
But yeah, you know, love is what brought you here.
Yeah.
And if you trusted love this far, then don't panic now. Trust it all the way. So,
seeing it through.
So yeah, don't panic. Trust it all the way.
That's it. And listen, I feel like our story is a testimony to trusting it, because it wasn't, you know, like we just met and fell in love and just did all the things A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It was like, hey, we met 13 years ago in high school. We lived completely different lives. We both, you know, got married. We both did a lot of things, but it's like trust and love truly brought us back here. And so, man, just trust love, trust God. That's it. And yeah, so that is it, y'all. I'm happy y'all got to finally sit down with us, you know what I'm saying? Meet my boyfriend, meet my man, and hear a little bit of our story, our love story, how we met, all that jazz. If y'all have any more questions, make sure to comment down below. We're gonna do some more videos together.
Yeah, probably like a question and answer.
That's what, yeah, a little Q&A.
Yeah.
Because we still got so much that we could talk about. So I feel like we've already been talking so much, but we still got so much that we could talk about, okay? So thank y'all for watching. Y'all make sure to follow us on Instagram. Yes, like I said, comment down below if you got any more questions. All of that, yeah, y'all better, okay. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. We love y'all, and we'll catch y'all in the next video.